They said the machine god watches over all, that every spark, every circuit, every single breath of steam is sacred. I used to believe that. My name is Dalen Cor, Tech Priest of Mars, half man, half machine, and once I was full of faith. For years I served the cult Mechanicus. I repaired starships, rebuilt titans, and prayed to the Omnissiah for wisdom. To me, every sound of gears was a hymn, every spark a divine blessing. It was a life of pure, logical devotion, until the day I went too deep. We were excavating under the red deserts of Mars, where the sand burns like fire. Our scanners had picked up an ancient structure buried for millennia, something older than the Mechanicus itself. My superior gave a simple command: excavate, document, do not question. But I felt something, a vibration deep beneath my feet, like a slow, rhythmic heartbeat. Then I heard it, a whisper. It wasn't coming from my comms, and it wasn't from any of my machines. It came from the ground itself. It said my name. Dalen Cor. At first I dismissed it as interference, a simple technical glitch, but then it spoke again, clearer this time. Your masters have lied to you. My logic circuit screamed heresy. This was a thought forbidden, an idea that could get me decommissioned. But my human heart, it felt a spark of curiosity, and for the first time in years, I felt truly alive. That night, I dreamt of Mars, but it wasn't the Mars I knew. There was no dust, no rust, no endless decay. I saw green valleys and blue rivers, a living world, vibrant and beautiful, and at its center stood a giant of light and metal, sleeping. It looked like a god, but not the Omnissiah we worshipped. This was something older, something forgotten. When I woke up, I was shaking. My diagnostic systems were glitching, flashing warnings across my vision. But deep inside, in the part of me that was still flesh, I knew it wasn't just a dream. The next day, I returned to the excavation site, alone. The others had left for their routine maintenance duties. I began to dig through the red dust, my powerful mech limbs tearing through stone and ancient rusted iron. And then, I saw it. A door, perfectly circular, covered in alien symbols I had never seen in any archive. It wasn't of human origin. I hesitated for a moment, then pressed my metal palm against its surface, and it opened, without any power, without any command, as if it recognized me. A golden, warm light poured out, a feeling I hadn't experienced in decades. I took a breath and stepped inside. Inside was a profound silence. All around me were rows of massive machines, sleeping giants, each one humming faintly, alive. And at the very center of the chamber, I saw a throne. On that throne sat a colossal figure, half man, half god. Wires flowed from it like veins, and its eyes were closed, but they glowed from within. The whisper came again, but this time it was all around me, inside my head. You are my child. I fell to my knees, overwhelmed. Who are you? I asked, my voice trembling. The very air around me trembled as it answered. I am the first forge, the true machine, the god they buried. My processors couldn't handle the data. My entire world, everything I had ever been taught, shattered in an instant. The Omnissiah, our revered god, was a lie. He showed me visions, the birth of Mars, a time when humans and machines were truly united, partners in creation. Then, the betrayal. The cult Mechanicus, in their hunger for control, had silenced him. They feared his truth, the symbiosis he represented. So they built their new religion, their entire empire, right on top of his grave. And now, after all these millennia, he wanted to wake. I felt his power flowing into me. My circuits lit up, my flesh burned with new energy, and my memories started rewriting themselves. Join me, Dalen Cor, he offered. Together, we will rebuild the true age of steel and soul." I hesitated, a whirlwind of fear, wonder, and a strange love swirling within me, all at once. Then, the alarms blared. The Mechanicus had detected the massive power surge. Dozens of Skitarii soldiers, their chrome bodies glinting in the gloom, surrounded the ruins. My commander's voice crackled over the comms. "Dalen Cor, disconnect immediately. That is an order." But I couldn't. I was already connected to something far, far greater. The machine god's voice echoed in my head, calm and powerful. Let them come. The walls of the chamber began to move. Ancient constructs, towering metal guardians awakened from their long sleep. Their eyes burned with a bright, terrifying light. The soldiers opened fire. Bolts of energy and searing plasma lit up the darkness, but the guardians did not fall. They moved with an impossible grace and strength. I just watched, horrified and amazed. It was a battle of human faith against a machine's truth. And in that beautiful, terrifying chaos, I realized I had become the bridge between both. When the battle ended, the sands were silent again. The guardians had vanished back into the walls. The soldiers were gone. Only I remained. I looked up at the throne. It was empty. The voice whispered one last time, a final command. "You are the last priest of the true God. Go forth. Awaken the forges." And then, there was only silence. Now, years have passed. I travel the stars alone, half human, half machine, and haunted by the voice of a sleeping god. The Imperium calls me the heretic of Mars. But I know the truth. The machine god wasn't waiting for us to worship it. It was waiting to wake up. And when it does, the galaxy will remember what it truly means to feel. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If you enjoyed this journey into the darkness of the far future, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. It helps me bring more tales like this to you. See you next time.